I'm back, man. Not really. But today, we are going to build something that will look like it belongs in the Batcave. It's an all-black PC. It is a beast of a gaming PC, and it is going to look incredible. I've been meaning to build a black PC for a while now, and today, we are finally doing it. Not all of our components we have picked are completely black. Somehow accents to them, like the logos on the fans and the wooden accents on the AMD Esports crystal wood. So to fix that, I'll take you through the process. I'll explain everything as I start building and assembling everything. But before we start, I'm giving away a Windows 10 and a Windows 11 Pro key in the middle of video somewhere. I'll just randomly have the key. That's all, and now let's start the build.
We will start by preparing the case. We'll use vinyl wrap to cover the wooden sections and panels. Take your time applying it, avoiding air bubbles, smooth it out gently as you go. Once it's in place, use a razor blade to carefully trim the excess. Then just peel it away. You should have a clean look. Once the vinyl wrap is applied, carefully trim around the USB ports and buttons. We will do the same for the fans. Using vinyl wrap, we'll cover the logos in the center of each fan, carefully trimming off the excess, and we should be left with a really good looking all black fan. One last step before we are done with the case is replacing the stock fans. The case comes with 4 pre-installed RGB fans, 3 at the side, 1 at the back. We'll remove these and swap them out with the fans we just customized. 3 will go at the bottom to pull in fresh air, while the 1 at the back will exhaust air out. For this build, we are using the B650 Gaming plus Wi-Fi motherboard from MSI. It's a solid board that supports Ryzen 7000 and 9000 series processors on the AM5 socket. You get 2 M.2 slots for ample storage and supports up to 128 GB of RAM across the 4 DIMM slots. It also comes with built-in Wi-Fi 6E for fast wireless connectivity and plenty of USB ports for all your peripherals. Overall, it's a great choice and should look fantastic inside the case. We went with the Ryzen 5 7600X for this build. Now, while it's not the absolute best gaming processor out there, it still delivers solid gaming performance. Originally, we planned to go with the Ryzen 7 7800X 3D, but finding one at reasonable prices, good luck with that. Stock is low, price is inflated, and we'll wait before we find a good deal on it. That said, the 7600X can handle any game you throw at it. Installation is easy. Gently lift the lever up, pull the socket cover back, carefully place the processor into the socket, give it a little wiggle, make sure it's in place. Do not apply too much pressure. Once it's in place, lower the cover, push the lever back down and secure it. The protective cover should pop right out. The XPG Lancer blade should look great with our build. We have got 2 16GB sticks for a total of 32GB of memory. It's DDR5 and runs at 6000 mega transfers per second. Align the memory with the slots, have gentle pressure on both ends, and it should snap right in place. For storage, we picked the Kingston NV2, a 1TB PCIe 4.0 NVMe SSD with read speeds of up to 6000 MB per second. It is a solid budget option, and since it's an M2 drive, installation is easy. First, we'll start by removing the heatsink cover from the motherboard, then install the SSD at a slight angle, hold it down, fasten it with the screw or the clamp depending on the motherboard. Finally, place the cover back down and tighten the screws. Before installing the motherboard, check all the standoffs are in place. We were missing 3, so we installed them to ensure proper alignment and support. Now gently place the motherboard into the case, aligning the screw holes with the standoffs. Once the motherboard is in place, finally secure it by installing all the screws. For this build, we went with the Deepcool LS720S Zero Dark, a fully black non-ARGB IO cooler. The radiator, the fan, and the CPU block are all black. It is a 360mm AIO, and the good news is that the fans come pre-installed, saving us some work. However, there are logos at the middle of the fans, which we will cover with vinyl wrap. The CPU block also comes with pre-installed thermal paste, which is standard these days and makes installation even easier. First, install the standoffs on the motherboard backplate. Next, carefully place the CPU block over the standoffs. Once in place, use the additional thumb screws to secure it in all 4 corners. Finally, tighten them down with a screwdriver. There is only one place in the case where we can mount the radiator, and that's on the side, so it will go there. Powering this build will be the Thermaltake Tough Power GF-A3, an 850W 80+ gold rated fully modular PSU. This is my first time using a Thermaltake PSU, but it checks all the boxes. It's an ATX 3.0 PCIe Gen 5 certified PSU, so we can connect the GPU directly without needing the adapter. Before installing the PSU in the case, make sure all the cables are connected and then just slide it in place and secure it with all the screws. Now we'll talk about my favorite component for this build. The Gigabyte GeForce RTX 4080 Super Gaming OC X16GB powerhouse that is as massive as it's powerful. Right out of the box, this thing is chunky, and that's a good thing because it's going to fill out the case very well, which is going to give it a well-balanced look. Performance-wise, it's top tier, and visually, it fits our theme quite well. Now to install it, make sure to align the GPU with the PCI slot on the motherboard, firmly push it in. You should hear it click into place, connect the PCI power cable from the PSU, and that's it. Just look at how incredible it turned out. I did not realize the GPU had so much RGB, but not to worry, we can just turn it off, and with that, our PC is ready. Now before we end the video and take a look at the build, I have two questions to ask of you guys. How the build turned out, did you like it? And let me know in the comments who got the keys, who was able to redeem the Windows 10 and the Windows 11 Pro key. Until next time, take care, keep on gaming. I'll see you guys in the next video. Let's have a look at the build.